Hey guys, Dustin here, CEO of 6threezero. I am joined with Peter, our head of quality control and customer experience, and today we're going to talk to you about the differences between the around the block and the Pave and Trail. So stick with us. So as I said, I am joined with Peter. Peter has been in the bike industry for over 20 years, all the way from a mechanic to a store manager to a sales rep to here with us now. He's going to help explain to you the differences between the around the block and the Pave and Trail. We get a lot of questions about the differences in models. I think this one's going to be a little bit easier than a lot of them. These are very, very different bikes, but we'll go ahead and get into some of the details. So I'll kick it off to Pete. Pete, I'll let you get right into it and tell us what's different about these two bikes.
Sure, yeah, Dusty. This is the around the block, obviously, and here's the Pave and Trail. The around the block is the classic cruiser, and so we offer it in the design that's just been around for almost 100 years. The Pave and Trail is a true hybrid bike. Can be used. It's a very versatile bike that can be used for a lot of different uses. One thing that you'll notice at first is the wheel size between the around the block and the Pave and Trail. The Pave and Trail has a larger wheel. It's like a road bike wheel, but and it also has narrower tires compared to the around the block. But they're a little bit wider than a road bike, so you could also take it off-road a little bit. They aren't wide enough for true off-road or trail riding, but you can take it off-road on dirt paths or hard paths like that. The Pave and Trail also has shocks, which are also great for going off-road. On this trim level, you're able to lock out the shocks to maximize performance when you're on the road. There's also a suspension seat post on here for extra comfort. So with the around the block, this is going to be a casual bike for riding around the beach, riding around the neighborhood, taking around the block, as we like to say, pun intended, and just have a nice casual time. But you're not going to go super far, super fast like you would on a performance bike. With the Pave and Trail, you actually could go pretty fast on this bike. This is much more performance oriented with the size tire that we have, with the narrow high pressure tire. Also, the mountain bike style frame is going to give you a lot of agility and control on this bike. It also has the straight handlebars, which give you more control there up in the cockpit. On the around the block, this has the cruiser sweep handlebars, which are really nice and relaxed, but they're not as technical as you'll find on the Pave and Trail. So pretty big differences. It's really going to matter what kind of riding you're wanting to do.
Yeah, the Pave and Trail is actually going to put you in sort of a lean forward position, more of an aggressive riding style. Now, we've done the best we can do to design this bike from a comfort perspective. But when you get into this kind of sort of performance hybrid, we're trying to gear it towards performance. So there's some elements around comfort that we had to just throw out the window, so to speak. So this is actually, I would say, one of our most performance-based models in the catalog. Especially we've got a narrower seat, which is going to, less resistance, more aggressive riding position. The around the block has a much wider cupping seat for your rear, way more comfortable. Again, these seats actually are comfortable for a lot of people if you get used to it, but straight out of the box, just sitting on it, the around the block has a more comfort-oriented seat. So riding position-wise, if you can kind of see, on the around the block, handlebars are going to be here. Your back's going to be totally upright in ergonomic position. Arms are super relaxed. In the Pave and Trail, you're going to be kind of like that. So you can see there's going to be tension on your back, there's going to be tensions on your arms, but as Pete said, in the cockpit, so to speak, you're going to be able to steer a lot more aggressively at higher speeds. You're going to be able to be more agile, things like that. So if you're looking, you need to turn quicker or you're going places, you're on streets, Pave and Trail would be on streets in more aggressive situations, I should say. Pave and Trail is going to be better for that. The around the block is really more for casual rides, neighborhoods, by the beach, things of that nature. So yeah, aesthetically and then speed-wise, again, we're not going to talk too much about trim levels just because we have different trim levels of all bikes. We're talking more about just the general model. The Pave and Trail, though, is an aluminum frame, this spec level. So there's an aluminum frame available. On the around the block, this is steel, and there's only steel frames available. But quite honestly, they're such different bikes that I wouldn't necessarily even be considering these two bikes in the same conversation. Pave and Trail is really exercise, aggressive riding. Maybe you like to go to forest preserves or nature parks and you're going from pavement to trail, back to pavement. This is really a great option, especially if you're trying to move at a quick pace. Even if you're on a trail too and moving at a quick pace, you need to steer fast, do things like that. Great option there. Both do have back racks. You have the fork there. The other thing about hybrids, I always rode a hybrid growing up, and what I like about it is the versatility with the fork. And you also have a suspension seat post on this model. And one thing I should point out really quickly is the height. So with this seat post, women 5'4" and above are only going to be able to ride it as it comes out of the box. However, if you're 5 foot to 5'4" and you're interested in this bike, we can actually get you a seat post that will allow the seat to go lower, because as the suspension seat post comes, the seat has to be raised a minimum 4 inches. So women 5'4" and above are the only riders with it out of the box. But again, we're known for customization and body fit, so that can always be changed. Whereas the around the block out of the box can fit women about 5 foot to 5'1", up to about 6 foot, 6'1", depending on inseam. That's the one caveat to always remember. But as I was going to say, for hybrids, the benefit of these is if you're going to be doing really aggressive street riding, going up and down curbs or riding different places, going on and off a path, this type of bike is great because you've got the suspension fork. You've also got a tread that's not an aggressive tread, but it's got some indentation. It's, it can grip the road, it can grip the dirt, it can do things like that. So really, if you're going over lots of curbs or you're going over lots of bumps, this kind of setup with the suspension fork and the suspension seat post will be great for that. The ATB is better if you're just riding straight, riding smooth, riding clean, and you can kind of stay like this and you don't have to turn very fast. Easy casual rides. In terms of the gears and the speeds, the Pave Trail as it is now only comes in 7 and 21 speed. The ride in the park, the around the block comes in single 3 721. So if you're looking for something with lower gears and less maintenance, around the block would be a better choice. Performance-wise, though, Pave Trail has the 7 and 21, so good for the performance element. Anything else you think to add, Pete?
Yeah, just to summarize, these really are very different bikes. This is just the casual cruiser that's great for riding around the beach or the neighborhood. This bike with the straight handlebars and the performance saddle and the positioning is going to give you a lot of power and speed if you're looking for fitness.
So casual cruiser, neighborhoods, around the block, park, things of that nature. Pave Trail, pavement rides, aggressive, speed, cities, exercise, on and off trails, on and off curbs, up and down. That's your bike. So if you have any questions, please comment below. We're happy to answer them. You can also email us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us, 310-982-2877. We're happy to answer your questions. 2877, that is. And also, don't forget, take the body fit quiz on our website. We've developed a proprietary algorithm to take your answers about your lifestyle and your body and recommend a bike perfect for you. And the kicker, we have a 365-day return policy. If you don't love your bike in 365 days, you can send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. So thanks for sticking with us, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.